coming in from. Welcome to the Breakfast of Champions call. It's an honor to be here with you today. My name is James Zhang. I've been a professional in the network marketing space for the last 16 years. And today, we're going to talk all about a topic that I don't know if you've ever struggled with this, but I know I absolutely did, which was a topic of recruiting fired up people. And it felt like for years and years, I was struggling when other people seemed to simply recruit into their business team. And it wasn't until I figured out this secret, these philosophies, that once I implemented them, I don't remember the last time I was ever by myself ever again in my business. But if you figure this out, what I'm about to share with you today, and you implement it, you too will never struggle with not just recruiting anymore, but actually having and building and scaling a team in your network marketing business. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, get ready for this. And by the way, if you missed this plus any of our other amazing calls, go to bocpodcast.com and we'll chat about this today. So let me start with this question. I love restaurants. I love food. I'm a big foodie. In restaurants, whether you think about rating systems, maybe it's Yelp. There's dollar signs versus $4 signs. There's the top world restaurant ratings in the world. One that's kind of well renowned in the foodie scene is one called a Michelin star, and it's a system from Michelin, the tire company, but it's a system where it rates the top restaurants in the world, and you can get 1 star Michelin, 2 star Michelin, at the highest, a 3 star Michelin. 3 star means that you must purposely book a trip to go to this place just so you can eat there. And these places can cost thousands of dollars per meal. But what's the difference of these types of restaurants that literally can be booked out months in advance, years in advance, even just to get onto the waiting list is like an honor to have, versus your typical restaurant that you might have in your neighborhood that has to flyer all day, advertise all day, you get their invitations in the mail. And it seems like they struggle with recruiting customers. They struggle with getting people through their doors when these others have lines for days. Well, the answer to this question can be applicable to your network marketing business to how you can never struggle with recruiting again. So I have 3 points with us today on why these restaurants are different, but also how this can apply into your business as well. So, number one is that these restaurants, and for you as a business owner, they are major on excellence. They are major in excellence. You see, in our network marketing business, we all have the same product, we all have the same company, we all have the same compensation plan, we have access to the same tools, the same everything. So what makes it a different when someone's an incredible recruiter versus someone that's not? Well, it's not any of those things that are the same. It is the difference in ourselves. You see, the biggest X factor in network marketing is you. And when I started to realize that I am, like a restaurant example, I can actually change the value that I bring to the marketplace, then everything changed for me. So ask yourself this question. If I look at myself as a service, am I a high value service or am I low value service? That's why these restaurants, Michelin star restaurants, they can charge thousands of dollars. Or you can have your down the street neighborhood that's charging for a cheap plate of food. So if you want to never struggle with recruiting again, level up your standards in your quality and if your excellence of service. So what does that look like and what does that feel like? Let me give you some practicals on this. And this is free to do, by the way, which is what I like. I could afford that when I was broke. How do you be excellent with your network marketing service? When I thought of myself as a recruiter, when I thought of myself as an upline, and I thought myself this question, why would someone choose out of all the different options in the world of people to sign up with? Why would they sign up with me? Why would they sign up with you? One of the big things I made a commitment to was that I knew that if somebody were to consider partnering with me in my network marketing business, then I would commit to them the highest levels of excellence possible. What does that mean? Here's some tips. If somebody were to talk to me, they would know, and they had questions for me, they would know that my promptness of answering, my promptness of service is quick. I'm big on speed of execution, speed of reply. If you're at a Michelin star restaurant and your water cup starts to run low, you know what they do? Without you even asking, they fill the water cup. On the flip side, if you go to a restaurant that probably does not have lines out their doors, if you run out of water in your cup, they could care less. Same water, different experience, different value. Does that make sense? So, in a network marketing perspective, when I'm working with a prospect, when I'm working with a prospective teammate, when I'm working with an actual teammate, then I think to myself, am I obsessed about the excellence of service? Am I obsessed about the ability for me to service their need? Let's say they have a question about the compensation plan. You don't have to know the answer, but are you the type of person that's ready and willing to find the answer? So I'm the type of person that they ask me a question. I'm like, great question. If I don't know it, I'll say, I will find out the answer and get right back to you. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the legwork. I'm going to go hunt down the answer. I'm going to go through ChatGPT. I'm going to go through the company. I'm going to call customer support. I'm going to talk to my other uplines. I'm going to go talk to corporate. It doesn't matter. I'm going to scour YouTube. I'm going to do the extra diligent legwork to find an excellent answer to give it to the person that I am serving. These are X factors. Do you become someone that's dependable with your level of excellence? Okay. What are some other ways to be excellent? So, my goal is I always want to, you might want to jot this down. I want to under promise and over deliver. I want to under promise and over deliver. So let's say when somebody brings a problem to me, a good answer, let's use the compensation one. A good answer, let's say they're like, well, how much percentage does blah, blah, blah pay when you sponsor a customer, right? And I'll give them the answer. I take it one step further. You can take it one step further. And I'm thinking, how do I continue to solve this person's problem? I'm not just going to give them an answer, I'm going to give them above and beyond one. What can that look like? Well, let's not just leave them with an answer. Let's leave them with a strategy. Let's leave them with a next step so that they can actually go make the money. Why do people want to ask a comp plan question just on that topic? They don't just want to like know for interest. They want to know because how do they achieve the goals that they have in their business? So let's say I'm answering that comp plan question. We have a bonus called new volume bonus where if you sponsor someone, if you're at a certain level, you can make 30%. Awesome. My next way to take an excellent answer to under promise and over deliver. They may not have asked this question, but I'm going to take it to the next level. Like, well, I know you have this question on your comp plan, but what's your next goal? Let's go figure out a strategy to go drive you there so you can go make the money using that bonus that you just talked about. Do you guys see how that works? See, excellence is being able to help people solve problems that they actually have. Excellence is being able to over deliver on your value, even when they did not necessarily ask for it. Excellence is taking things to the next level. Excellence is when people are around you, they know that you always give the highest quality of service, that they feel like they're taken care of, that they know that you go above and beyond the call of duty. Here's another way to be excellent, and honestly, I think probably the best way to be excellent as well too, is that when you're excellent, you're not just giving the answer to the problem. You're actually caring about the well-being of the person. What makes a Michelin star restaurant different of service compared to another normal restaurant is the customer service is superb. Who here's ever been to a restaurant before where You can tell they don't care about your name, they don't care about you. They're just there just for your dollar. But the excellent restaurants, they get to know you. They welcome you. They know your name before you even say it. They know it's a special anniversary. They know it's a special event. They go above and beyond. They have a handwritten note. They care about you. You see, excellence is when they know that you care about them above anything else. There's a saying, people don't care about how much you know until they know about how much you care. So as a service, as a network marketing leader, as the ultimate upline, I like to say, when people are working with you, do they know that you care? So what does this look like? After I solve the problem, I'm also going to be very curious. How are you? Is there anything I can pray for you about? How's You've been looking at their Facebook, for example. You noticed that they had a situation with their kids. How's Sally? I know you went to the hospital recently. How are things? Guys, this is so simple, easy to do, but it's easy not to do. This one little thing, if you can take the care to a heart level, to a personal level, and they know that you care about them more than the business, that's when they will want to really be with you. Can people tell that you just love them as a person? That's excellence. All right. So I hope you're still with me here. We're talking about how to never struggle with recruiting again. And it really is a state of mind. It's a philosophy. It's a way of being with people, with your recruits. Not necessarily a tactical thing, but it's really a heart thing and it's a focus thing. So a couple characteristics, right? So number one is excellence. Number two, responsibility. Responsibility. People, when they're looking at joining a network marketing opportunity, why are they joining? They're joining because they have goals to achieve. They want to pay off some bills. They want to be a part of something that's exciting. They want to be able to achieve some dreams. They have a certain personal goal. And what they want to look for, if they could shop for any upline, if they can shop for any sponsor, if they can shop for any leader, is they want to know that there's somebody that actually cares about them and their goals as much as they do themselves. And they take it as a personal prerogative. They take it as their personal responsibility. Okay. Let's go back to the restaurant example. The Michelin star restaurant cares about your experience. They take it personal. They say, this is not just a meal, this is an experience. This is your life. So let's make the best of it. And it's our job to serve you to the highest capacity. It's our responsibility. The buck stops with us, not anybody else. And you can feel that type of responsibility from them. So when a prospect, when a customer, when a partner is working with you or considering to work with you, can they tell that you take responsibility? How can they tell that you take responsibility? Well, number one, check yourself. Are you all about your own business? Can they tell that you're on point? Can they tell that you're obsessed about your own personal vision for your business? Because that's the best leadership that we can have, right? Here's something that I've seen go off, and I would say this is a misaligned thing that people say. People ask them, what are your goals for your network marketing business? You know what they say? I just want to help a lot of people. Cool. Of course. Great. But if you want to sign up amazing partners, if you want to recruit amazing leaders, that's not enough because that's so vague. That's not something that's responsible of an accountability measure. You want something where they know exactly where they're going. They have taken ownership of the direction of their business. We're going to the top 1%. Here's where we're going to be by the next convention. Here's where I'm going to be with me and my team by this time. Specifics with metrics, with missions, with goals. In our personal business, I am not shy to talk about our personal goal. It is literally on the screen saver of my phone. I tell the team, we're going to be number one in the world. And it's not in any offense to anyone else, but why not? That's where we're going. And I'm serious about it. They can tell because my actions are aligned with my words. Can they tell through, for example, how you show up on your social media every day? Would they believe that your goals that you say about your business are aligned? Can they tell that you are in personal prospecting mode, personal leadership mode? When was the last time you signed up a customer? The last time you signed up a partner? When was the last time you hit a promotion, you hit a rank? When was the last time you helped someone else be able to achieve success? Are you doing the do? It's important. Are you taking responsibility yourself? Do you have that track record? And you can build that right now, by the way. Okay. But also, number two, they can also tell that when you're talking with them, you care about the specifics of their goals. I'll give you some things that I say. Whenever I work with anybody, here's the responsible thing as a business leader, okay, what I know other people do not do. You'll also, if you ever get me on a 3-way call with someone, I will always talk about this, right? My job as a business leader is to help them hit their goal. If I don't know your goal, I can't help you. So if I don't know it, I'm not going to guess, I'm going to ask. So that's how I'm talking to Bob, prospect. I'm like, Bob, I know that this business can achieve amazing things, but I'm curious if anything were possible here, what would success for you in this business look like to you? How much money a month would you have to earn for this to be worth your time? Most people don't ask that question. What? They're scared to be responsible. They're like, oh my gosh, I haven't made that much. You don't have to, by the way, you don't have to have earned, let's say they're like, I want to make 10,000 a month. And you're like, I haven't made 10,000 a month. You don't have to have earned 10,000 a month in order to ask them about their question. People don't necessarily care if you've been there. They just care that you're going somewhere and they care that you care about them. So I'm going to ask them what their goals are. I'm going to jot that down. I'm going to make sure I know exactly what that is. And I'm going to assert with confidence. My mission is to help you hit your goal. Let's go figure this out. So do you know what they want? Do you know why they want it? Is that the tip of your spear? By the way, if you ever feel like you're dragging somebody as a prospect, you feel like you have to follow up with them all the time and they never come through, or you feel like someone got started and they're not launching their business, more than likely you have forgotten what they're in this for. And we're not leveraging that and we're not helping them drive towards that. Because the number one thing someone cares about is themselves, because we're all naturally selfish. That's okay. Leaders understand that, but we take responsibility. You take responsibility. You say, your goal is my goal. Are you leading yourself? Are you obsessed about them? You guys got this so far? Okay. We talk about excellence. We talk about responsibility. We're talking about characteristics that will help you become a recruiter that will never struggle with having a team ever again. It's becoming that type of leader, becoming that type of upline where people know that they can trust. Finally, huge, 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 huge. Okay. X factor. I know is an X factor for me in recruiting efforts. Finally, integrity. Integrity. Integrity builds trust. John Maxwell, leadership expert, says that an organization moves at the speed of trust. In all business, it's all about trust. It's all about relationships. Think about it. Any type of offer that's out there, whether it's your network marketing product, your business, or anything in the world that's an offer, it's all about trust. It's somebody as a salesperson saying, if you buy this, if you do this, then this will happen. And the real question by the customer is at the end of the day, do I believe that that's going to happen or not? Do I believe them? Do I believe the offer? Do I trust that? Trust is so important. Trust is something that's easily broken, but it's not easily gained. And the best way to build trust and to become a trustworthy person is to prioritize integrity in all things in your business. And integrity is those things that you would do behind closed doors. So let me give some practicals here. Okay. Are you the same off camera, off social media, and in person? I was hanging out with one of our new partners, incredible leader, Annika Bell. She's out in Australia, just onboarded 700 partners there. They did half a million of sales in their first month. And one thing she said was this: Right when we met, she picked us up at the airport. She said, James, you're not AI. Kind of sarcastically, funnily, right? Because we've only seen each other on the screen. And what she said was, you're the same in person as you are online. That's important. Now, this is some real work to have to do because it's easy to show up filtered. It's easy to show up a certain way. And by the way, I'm not saying show up perfect, I'm saying show up real. Are you okay with being authentic? Are you okay with being honest? Are you okay with bearing all the good and all the bad? It's how do you build integrity, right? I'm honest with mistakes. Guys, people are not looking for perfection. You know what I love about Michelin star restaurants? When they make a mistake, they will own up to it. They will not hide it. They're not be like, you didn't see that. That's your fault. No, they will own up to it. Let's say they give you a wrong dish. They will come out, the chef will come out, the owner will come out. They say, I apologize for your experience. We're going to make another one on us. That's called integrity. Integrity is really more so proven when you make a mistake than it is when you're perfect. So, are you showing up real? Are you being somebody that is the same on camera and off camera? What else is big about integrity? Are you just honest? Are you ethical? There's so many things that we can do and we're tempted to do as we're ambitious and we're trying to go towards our goals every single day, right? There's so many opportunities to cut corners. And you'll see this happen. This is how I've been with the same product for 14 years through up times, down times, and everything. There's a lot of temptations out there, right? But if you make a commitment to doing the right thing as much as you can every single time, and we'll make mistakes, right? But I'm always committed to doing the right thing. The thing, what's the right decision? What's an ethical decision? Will it hurt anyone? If it is, probably not the right thing. What's an ethical decision? Is it a win win situation? I never want things to be a win loss. I never want things to only be stacked in my favor. It's always will help you and will it help me? That's okay. Right? Are you doing things that you can actually share? Here's a taste test. If you're doing something or considering doing something that you wouldn't actually talk about, let's say you're in a training stage and people ask you, how'd you get promoted? If you feel ashamed or guilty or hesitant to share the strategy that you're considering doing, yeah, it's probably not the right thing to do. Are you living in a way where if a camera were around you 24/7, you'd be okay with being the case? I know. It's scary. But hey, I'm talking about being a high value recruiter. I'm talking about never struggling having a team again. You know why people struggle to sustain teams? Typically, it's because of character misalignment. Typically, it's easy to get someone started, but to keep them to stay and grow, character builds trust. So just make that commitment. These are free things to do. Easy to do, easy not to do. You'll feel great as a person, but it also builds trust in this world as well too. All right? And last thing on integrity, are you committed to doing what you say? If you make a promise, that's why I'm very big on goals. It's easy to vision build, it's easy to say big things, but are you committed through action? I always put myself on the line with big goals, and I fail a lot of them, and that's okay. But I own up to it. If I fail, I own up to it. I tell them I failed. Sorry, this is what I learned. But I also show through action that I'm committed every single day. No one will doubt me. That when I say that I'm committed to something, that they don't see it in my action. I'm committed to being number one in the world of service, of value, of addition, right? I'm committed to making sure that we provide the best of tools and service to our organization. I'm committed to make sure that we're the most innovative, the most fun, the most collaborative. Like I'm committed 1,000%. And every day it is an obsession. And I want to make sure if I'm being a person of integrity, that if someone's around me, they can see that I'm about my business. I may or may not hit the goal, but no one will ever doubt me. And I hope they will never doubt you that you are serious about where you're going. That's integrity. Champion, if you commit to this, being a person of excellence, responsibility, and integrity, you will never struggle with recruiting again because this type of a leader is very rare to find these days. In a microwave society, in a social media society, in an AI society, what people are craving for more than ever is authenticity, real leadership, high integrity people, excellent people, responsible people. If you become that, you too will become the ultimate upline. And there's no problem with recruiting people because you already have an amazing offer with your company. Let's make you even more amazing. So, packed a lot here, gave you a lot of meat on the bone. If you're committed to this, share this out there, talk to some of your mentors, commit to this, and watch as the next 90 days make this commitment. And you'll see that your next 90 days will change. All right. On that, hope it was helpful. If you want to catch this in other replays, go to bocpodcast.com. Other than that, throwing it back to you. God bless.